What's going on, my friends? This is Real English Radio. I'm your host, Tony Kaizen. And just before we get started, if y'all hear some screaming or loud thumping in the background, please forgive me for the transmission interruptions. I'm back at my mom's place, and her neighbors upstairs are just like obnoxiously loud. I think she's got two little kids up there running around being kids, doing what kids do and shit. But we still gonna get this episode out, man. And today we are talking about something very interesting, something very useful, something that a lot of language learners around the world love to learn about, and that's curse words. And now, if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, then you know I tend to curse a lot. Now, the dictionary says that to curse means to use coarse or blasphemous language to express anger or other strong emotion. But in plain English, it basically means to say a bad word. Now, one of the words I say the most is shit. S-H-I-T, shit. And it's a very versatile word, meaning it can be used in many ways. And today I'll teach you a bit about what this word means and the various ways we use it to express ourselves in English, at least American English. So let's jump right into it, man. Let's get started by getting an understanding of what the word shit actually means. Now, the word shit is both a noun and a verb. And when it's used as a noun, the literal meaning of shit is feces, or poop, or number two, or crap, or doo-doo, which is typically what parents will say to babies, doo-doo, D-O-O-D-O-O, or however you like to spell it. They'll say, people will say doo-doo instead of poop or feces or crap or shit when talking to kids. The same way they'll say pee-pee instead of piss or urine, you know what I mean? But that's the literal meaning of shit when used as a noun, feces. Number two, poop, the stuff that exits your anal cavity. You know what I'm talking about. Well, now, where this word comes from, I have no idea, but that is the word we use to describe poop. For example, I could say, bro, there's bird shit all over your car. There's bird shit all over your car. Or I could say something like, it smells like shit in here. It smells like shit. Now, it doesn't literally have to smell like feces. It just means it smells very, very bad. And feces almost always smells bad. So we just use that to describe any horrible smell. It smells like shit. This food smells like shit. Your room smells like shit. Your breath smells like shit. Pop a couple Tic Tacs to take some, what do they call it? Dentine or Extra or whatever fucking gum brands they got in your country. Some breath freshener. Some Listerine strips. Your breath smells like shit. Or you could just say your breath smells bad. It's up to you. Again, the word shit for a lot of people is a bit vulgar, but it's a very American thing to say, especially to somebody that you know very well, especially if you're a guy. I think generally speaking, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that generally speaking, men curse more than women. I could be wrong about that, but in my experience, that's definitely the case. I've never heard a woman say to another woman, your breath smells like shit. But as guys, we say that to each other all the time because we care about each other. You don't want your best friend going out to the bar on a Friday night with his breath smelling like shit. He's trying to holler at some pretty women. You can't have his stanky ass mouth, you know what I'm saying? You got to let him know. Yo, bro, your breath smells like shit. Take this piece of gum, take this Listerine strip, whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what girls would say to each other. I guess it depends on how well they know each other. But anyway, let's not get too far off track here. That is the word shit when used as a noun. Feces, poop, number two, crap, etc. In the literal sense, we'll get to the more figurative meanings in a minute. Now, when the word shit is used as a verb, it basically means to defecate or to go number two, or to have a bowel movement, to drop the kids off at the pool. You get the point, right? To go number two, I think that's a standard, non-vulgar way of saying to defecate, to poop, to shit. For example, I could say, yo, bro, your dog is shitting on my carpet. Your dog is defecating, going number two on my carpet. Handle that. Or I could say, I never shit in public restrooms, which is true. I don't see how y'all do that shit. I mean, I guess if it's an emergency, but public restrooms are so fucking disgusting. And to sit down on a public toilet and take a shit, man, it's just what the fuck. And speaking of that expression, you'll often hear people say take a shit because for some reason to take a shit sounds smoother and more natural than just shit. Like if I say, man, I gotta take a shit, to me that sounds smoother and more natural than, man, I got to shit. At least to me it does. And I don't know why. But take a shit sounds more natural. But ask another native if you know one and get their opinion on that, because that's just how it sounds to me. And I don't get how people take shits regularly in public restrooms. Like, what the fuck? And then just go on about their days. Like, I would have to take a shower after that. You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know if I'm a germaphobe, but still just thinking about, oh, dude, let's not even get into that. We're here to talk about, ironically, shit. One of the most disgusting things that we produce. Anyway, that is shit. And just so you know, the past tense of the verb to shit is shat. S-H-A-T. For example, your dog shat all over my carpet, or I've never shat in a public restroom before. But many times you will hear people use the present tense even though they're referring to the past tense. Your dog shit all over my carpet. So that's the present tense, but I'm speaking about the past. You see what I'm saying? I guess the verb shat, it depends. Because again, I wouldn't typically use the verb shit by itself. If I'm talking about actual defecation, I would say I took a shit. And that's obviously the past tense. So anyway, my point is sometimes you'll hear people use the word shit in the present, even though they're referring to the past. I don't want you to get confused there. Just use the context. All right. Now, in a figurative sense, to shit on someone means to treat someone with disrespect or contempt, or to harshly criticize them, or to belittle them, try to make them smaller than they are, to degrade them in some way. It's often used when somebody's being unfairly or even excessively harsh toward another person in a verbal manner. For example, I might say, it's hard to stay motivated when your boss constantly shits on your efforts. So if you're an employee working at a company, you're giving your best at this 9 to 5. You might be working 8 to 6 or 7 to fucking 7, right? I probably fucked those hours up, but you get what I'm saying. You're putting in overtime. You're giving it your all. You're going above and beyond to meet the needs of this company. And even still, every chance your boss gets, he's always telling you that it's not enough. It's mediocre. You need to try harder. Your coworkers are doing better than you. What, you really think this is good enough? How could you possibly think this is acceptable work? Get the fuck back in the office and do it again. That's him shitting on you, shitting on your work, shitting on your efforts. And it's hard to stay motivated when your boss is constantly shitting on your efforts. You see what I'm saying? That's a more figurative meaning of shit. Now, you could literally shit on somebody. I don't mean to get too dark here. I mean, but this is an episode about shit. I'm just saying you could do it literally. And I've heard that some people are like into that. You know what I mean? Like it turns them on. Like in the bedroom, they want to be shat on. Like, is that... I was about to ask you if that's true. I mean, maybe you know. Maybe you are one of those people. I'm not judging, man. If you're one of those people, I'm not judging. I just don't understand it. Like, where does a kink like that even start? You know what I mean? Like, did your dog do it one day and you realize, damn, I kind of, for some reason, like that? Like, you like being degraded, maybe? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Everybody's got their kinks, right? Everybody's into something. Anyway, back to the figurative meaning of shit. Again, it's hard to stay motivated when your boss is shitting on your efforts. Instead of giving constructive feedback, he just shits on everyone's ideas during the meetings. Every time somebody comes up with an idea, he's saying, nope, that'll never work. That's stupid. Where'd you pull that out of your fucking ass, you idiot? Stop talking. Stop suggesting things. Every time you talk, I get dumber. That's him shitting on your ideas. Or I could say, if you keep shitting on your employees like that, they're going to quit. A common misconception is that negative criticism, negative reinforcement, or whatever you call it, is more effective than positive reinforcement. A lot of people think that what it means to be a leader is to be harsh and to yell and to use strong language and to act like the coach or the boss that you see in TV series or on movies. If I get it done, it's not now. You want to be champions. That type of shit. It's not always the most effective way. A lot of people respond better to positive reinforcement, encouragement, criticism. You know what I mean? Focus on what they're doing right as opposed to what they're doing wrong. You know what I mean? That's why you got to work on your communication skills, on your people skills, man. You got to listen to people to understand what motivates them. That's why I'm telling y'all to shut the fuck up and listen, man. The more you let people talk, the more chances you have to understand who they are and what really drives them in life. And once you understand what really drives them, you'll have a better chance at motivating them to do the things that you want them to do. You know what I mean? I'm not a fucking psych expert here. I'm no psychologist. Just speaking from experience. So if you keep shitting on your employees, if you keep shitting on your girlfriend, shitting on your boyfriend, shitting on your children, shitting on the people in your life, you might cause them to distance themselves. You know what I mean? Not saying that it's never necessary. Sometimes if an idea is stupid, you should let somebody know. But there's a difference between saying, hey, that's a bad idea, and just shitting all over that idea and that person, trying to make them feel worse, right? I don't know. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just podcasting. I don't know if I have a point there. I'm just trying to teach you about the word shit. And speaking of that, let me give you a warning. I want you to understand that although these are very natural things to say, the word shit is still considered a vulgar word. So these aren't things that I recommend you say casually with people you don't know very well, because it's most likely not going to leave a good impression on them. And what I'm saying is, especially Americans, some of us, there's so many of us, I'm not going to generalize like that. Some of us, including myself, some of us curse a lot. I mean, a lot, just casually. It's just part of our vernacular. But many of us don't. And there are many of us who think that use of vulgar language, shit, damn, ass, fuck, pussy, cunt, bitch, hoe, slut, words like this, they're very dirty, they're very vulgar, they're very barbaric, low class. So if you use words like this around certain people, they're going to think you're very low class, you're uneducated, you don't deserve a certain amount of respect, or you have a very low IQ, that type of stuff. So you just got to be careful. You know, a big part of using curse words or any words in any language, a big part of using them naturally is not just understanding what they truly mean, but also when or when not to use them. When to use them or when not to use them. You get what I'm saying. So now that we got the literal definitions out of the way, let's move on to some of the most common ways we use the word shit in American English. One of those ways is as an exclamation. Jesus, can't fucking talk today. As an exclamation. Let me enunciate on the podcast to make sure you understand everything I'm saying. The first way, as an exclamation, an expression of frustration or surprise or anger. For example, let's imagine it's Monday morning and you wake up late. You were supposed to wake up at 6 a.m. You woke up at 6:45. You got to leave the house at 7. So you're up at 6:45. Let's say you even skipped taking a shower. You didn't take one last night. You don't have time to take one today. You skip the shower, just throw on some clothes, grab a fucking banana, a shot of espresso or something. You're running around the house all frantic. Where's my phone? Where's my wallet? Where's my this? Where's my that? Where's my this? And in the midst of all that, you run out of the house and you realize you don't have your keys. In that moment, you could say, shit, I forgot my keys. Shit, I forgot my keys. So you see, you're frustrated. So it's just an exclamation. You're just expressing that frustration. And there's a lot of words you could say there, not just shit. You could say, fuck, damn it, son of a bitch. There's so many things you could say, but we're going to focus on shit. So in that case, you could say, shit, forgot my keys. God damn it. Another example. Let's use that same example. You're rushing in the morning. You got kids to take care of. You're trying to get them ready for school. You maybe had to cook breakfast and all that, and you just want to get some coffee in you, get a little bit of caffeine to get you ready for the day. And as you're rushing, you grab your coffee, you're not paying attention, you're answering emails at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning, as many people do. You're looking at your phone, not paying attention. You try to take a sip of coffee, and you spill a little bit on your shirt. Freshly washed, perfectly ironed, white button-up shirt. Shit! Spilled coffee on my shirt. Shit. Another expression of frustration. Or maybe you live in a country where the power is constantly going out. You're constantly losing electricity in your home, your apartment, or whatever. The power has gone out 3 times in the past 2 hours. You're just trying to get some work done. You work from home. No electricity, no internet. No internet, no work is getting done. The power goes out for a 4th time in 2 hours. Shit! Power went out again. Shit! Again, you could use many words. I'd probably say, fuck! God damn it! But there's, that's a good thing. You can mix and match them. You can interchange them. But a lot of people might say, shit! Power went out again? Shit! And there's also many ways you can say it. Like sometimes it just depends on how you feel. Sometimes you could be like, shit. You know, you're almost disappointed, frustrated in a way. Or shit. Now you're angry, you know, or shit. Surprised. Shit. Shit. You know, it just depends on how you're feeling. For example, let's talk about surprise. Let's imagine you're driving your car down the street. And it's a Friday night. A lot of people go out drinking on a Friday night. Some people then get into their cars after they've had a few too many drinks on a Friday night, and they decide to drive home. Just roll the dice. I might kill somebody, might kill myself, might get stopped by a police officer and get taken to jail. DUI. They roll the dice. You, waiting at a stoplight, see the green light, which means it's your turn to go. As you pull into the intersection, drunk driver runs a red light and almost hits your car. Shit! That was a close call. Shit, that was a close call. That was close. Meaning he almost hit you. Shit. Surprise. Shock. You know? Shit, that was a close call. Or you're watching a football match. I was just watching the highlights of Portugal versus Croatia. And apparently Cristiano Ronaldo scored his 900th career goal. 1,236 games, I believe, and 900 goals. That is fucking insane. Say what you want about the man. That is fucking insane, bro. This dude is a fucking goal machine. It's insane. Insane. My God. Anyway, if y'all saw that goal, I don't remember who made the pass. I can't remember his name, but somebody made a cross into the box, and Ronaldo was near the center circle, the penalty spot, maybe a bit further than that, towards the goal. And on the volley, with the bottom of the right calf, netted that bitch. Go! Go! I was watching it in Spanish. I don't know, like only Spanish-speaking commentators do that shit. Latin American commentators do that shit. Go! It's like, them niggas got some lungs, bro. Anyway, you could see that goal and be like, shit, what a goal. Oh, shit. You're surprised, pleasantly surprised. Shit. You know? It's another example. Let's imagine you got a little brother, and little brothers often love to prank their older siblings, their parents. They love to hide in strange places and pop out and scare them. They like to, I don't know what else the fuck they do. Let's just use that example. You're sitting at home, or you just get home. You arrive at your house, and your little brother or your son is hiding behind a chair. As you walk past the chair, bah! Jumps out and scares you. Shit, you scared me. Shit. You know? You're surprised or shocked. Are these good examples, man? Hopefully this is helping you get a sense of how we use this word. Again, it's an exclamation. Shit. You know, usually frustration, sometimes surprise, anger, like I said, like, shit, my computer just crashed. You know, or you're making breakfast and you drop a glass plate on the ground and it shatters. Shit. God damn it. Shit. You know, you're angry, you're frustrated. Or, I don't know, you're planning an international trip. And the morning of your flight, due to bad weather, you find out it gets canceled. You get that dreaded text message. Dear valued customer, we know you've been planning this trip for the last 6 months and paid $7,000 for an economy seat. Well, we regret to inform you that there's a few drops of rain on the airways, so we're going to have to cancel your flight. Shit! They canceled my flight. So that's shit as an exclamation, folks. Just expressing frustration, surprise, anger, shock. Sometimes you're impressed, like, oh shit, you know, which is kind of like surprise. So that's one. Another way that we use this word is to describe something of poor quality. And in this context, you can say, this thing is shit, or this thing is a piece of shit. For example, old car from like 1984. A fucking, what's an old shitty car? I don't know. Toyotas last forever. Hondas last forever. Those aren't shitty cars. So let's use, I can't think of one. Fuck it, man. Let's just use a Toyota for the sake of this episode. An old 1984 Toyota or some shit. Always breaking down. I don't know, the radiator needs fixing. You need to put some new tires on it. It makes noise when you drive it. The axle is all bent and shit. It's hard to turn. I don't fucking know about cars. It's a very low quality car and it's not very reliable. You can say, man, you need to get a new car because that one is a piece of shit. A car is a piece of shit, meaning it's very poor quality. You know, in that case, it's old and poor quality because it could be something new. It doesn't have to be old. Like, for example, you just buy some new shoes from the mall. You spent $80 on them or whatever price. And after 4 days, so let's see, running shoes. After 4 days of running consistently, the shoes are already starting to come apart or fall apart into little pieces. The sole is coming off the shoe. The tongue is coming out or something like that. It's falling apart. You say, these shoes are shit. These fucking pieces of shit, man. I paid $80 for these pieces of shit. $80 for this shit. This low quality product. You see what I'm saying? Or you're out in, I don't know, the middle of nowhere on some vacation, like in the mountains or something, and you just gotta check your fucking Instagram. You've been in the mountains for all of 3 hours, and you just need to know what Taylor Swift is doing on her Instagram stories. Does anybody listening to this podcast listen to Taylor Swift? Anyway, you just have to check. You just have to know what's going on the Instagram. You pull out your phone and you open the app and it's taking forever to load the data. You can say, man, the internet connection here is shit. You'll also hear people say the internet connection is trash, which in this context is the same thing. You can say, man, these shoes are trash. That car is trash. The internet connection is trash. It's the same thing as saying it's shit. It's terrible. Very poor. Or that movie was absolute shit, bro. It's terrible. It's trash. The acting sucked. That movie was shit. Now, when you say piece of shit, it typically needs to be a physical object. I wouldn't say that movie was a piece of shit. You could, and we would all understand, but to me, it doesn't sound natural. I would say this computer is a piece of shit. That this phone is a piece of shit. This whatever, this pen, these shoes, something physical that I can hold or touch. But a movie, I wouldn't say was a piece of shit, just so you know. This printer is a piece of shit. It never works when I need it to work. And then I turn on my computer and it prints 72 pages from the last fucking week. Fuck printers. You know, or this restaurant serves shit food. The food is shit. Never going back there. The food is shit. It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? That's shit, or a piece of shit in a nutshell. Describes something of very, very poor quality. It's trash. It's terrible. It sucks. It is shit. Now, you'll also hear people say that something or someone is shitty. S-H-I-T-T-Y. Shitty, which is basically another way of saying that whatever you're describing is of poor quality or poor character. For example, that's a shitty car. That's a shitty song, a shitty movie, a shitty party, a shitty person, right? That's a shitty girlfriend. You got a shitty girlfriend, bro. You need to fucking upgrade. Fuck is wrong with you? You know? You got a shitty husband. You got a shitty best friend. Life is too short to be hanging out with shitty people. Low quality, poor character, just not great people. Shitty, not good. You get the point. What else we got? Oh, next one on the list, my friends. Possessions or things. Another way to use the word shit. Now, this is a very informal thing to say. And again, it's still a vulgar word for a lot of people, so you got to be careful. But many Americans, like myself, say it this way or use it this way all the time. For example, you might be getting ready to go to the airport. You got all your bags and everything packed, and you need to rush out of the house to make sure that you don't miss your flight. You might say something like, grab your things and let's go. Grab all your bags and your backpack and your neck pillow and all that shit. Grab all your things, grab your things and let's go. Or I could say, grab your shit and let's go. Now, when I say it that way, when I use the word shit in place of the word things, it can give a bit of a dismissive tone. Kind of like whatever I'm talking about isn't important, or that I look at it with a negative view. It can give that impression. Get your shit and let's go. When I say that, it's like, maybe I don't like you, or I don't care about whatever it is you need to get. It's just like, fuck you and whatever you got. Just grab it and let's go. Get your shit and let's go. Because again, if you're referring to something as shit, it's probably not good or important. You probably don't think of it very highly. You see what I'm saying? For another example, to really drive home the idea, let's imagine you got some kids and they just, as many kids do, leave their shit or their things, their toys and their books and their backpacks and their shoes and their clothes all over the place. You walk into their room, it looks like a fucking bomb went off. And you walk in and say, hey, clean this shit up. Clean this shit up. Clean this shit up, bro. The fuck we live in a goddamn barn, a pigsty? Clean this shit up. So in that context, it's like, I'm frustrated with the fact that all of your belongings, all of your things are all over the place. Clean that shit up. So I'm speaking about it in a negative way. I would never say like, I can't say never, but I struggle to think of a situation where I would refer to something as shit in a positive manner. Well, that's not true, because I might say I like that shit. I like that shit. And then in that case, I'm just saying I like that thing. And I'm obviously saying I like it. So that's positive. So again, hopefully I'm not confusing you. It just depends on the context. You guys can let me know send me a message or comment or something and let me know if this makes sense. Another example, though, talking about things or stuff and using the word shit instead of those words. I could say, let's imagine you invite me to a party on a Friday night and I say, sorry, man, I can't go. I got way too much shit to do. I got way too much shit to do, man. I can't go. I'm too busy. Got way too much shit to do. When I say that, I have way too many things to do, way too many tasks, too many obligations, responsibilities. Got too much shit to do. I can't go to the party. Now, when I say it in that way, again, it's probably stuff that I don't necessarily want to do. Because if it's like hanging out with my kids or something like that, I'm not going to say I got shit to do. I'm going to say I want to hang out with my kids. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it can communicate the idea that it's not stuff that you necessarily like or want to do. You know what I mean? If I'm going to watch my favorite team play, I'm not going to say I got shit to do. When I say I got shit to do, it's like I have tasks that must be completed. I have prior engagements. I have obligations that must be dealt with. So for that reason, I can't go. You know what I mean? Or I might say, I don't know, let's imagine your sister has a boyfriend and you really don't like this guy. They come over to your house to visit for the holidays and you, I don't know, go outside to get the mail or something. You come back inside and your sister's boyfriend, who you don't like, is just touching things. Just touching things like a signed jersey that you got from your favorite football player, your movie collection, I don't know, something that's important to you. You walk in and say, hey, stop touching my shit. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my belongings. Don't touch my things. Stop touching my shit. And when you say it that way, it's not that you don't think highly of your things. It's that you're frustrated, you're mad, so you're using this word instead of my things. Say, hey, don't touch my things. Or, hey, don't touch my shit. Doesn't that feel different to you? Hey, don't touch my things. Don't touch my things. Just doesn't sound as strong. I say, don't touch my shit. Stop touching my shit, bro. Or you get fucked up in here. It sounds stronger, you know what I mean? There's more emphasis. You know what I mean? You letting them know you got fucking hair on your chest when you say it that way. Or I could say like, you don't know shit. Like, shut up, man. You don't know shit. When I say you don't know shit, I'm saying you don't know anything. You don't know shit. You don't know anything. Now, that's not necessarily possessions or things, but I can't really think of where else in this episode I would include that. So when somebody says you don't know shit, you don't have shit, you don't do shit, it's like saying nothing or anything. You do not do shit means you do not do anything. And you never do shit around here. Or shut up. You don't know shit. I mean, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything. Shut up. Stop talking. You don't know shit. Or I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you shit, which means I don't owe you anything. Stop calling me. I don't owe you shit. Fuck off. I hope this is making sense, y'all. These episodes, when I'm explaining something, words and shit, it's hard to know if the explanation is actually landing. So, fingers crossed. Anyway, let's move on to some more advanced shit. There are times when we can take a completely unrelated word and then apply it to the word shit and like create a completely new phrase. Give the phrase give the word a new meaning. For example, the phrase or the expression "holy shit." Holy shit. HOLY. Holy shit. Now, you've probably heard this before if you've been consuming American movies and stuff like that. Maybe there's like an explosion or a car crash or some shit and somebody's just super surprised and say, holy shit. Really what they're saying is, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, oh my God. You know, they're surprised or in shock or disbelief or maybe they're amazed by something. It just emphasizes that you're feeling some strong emotion, and it could be positive or negative. It just depends on the situation. Like I said, with Ronaldo's 900th goal, I could see that and be like, holy shit, because I'm impressed. I'm amazed. Holy shit, how'd he do that? You know? Or it's another time I would say, holy shit. Let's imagine you are at the airport. I don't know, I've traveled recently, so I'm thinking about traveling, I guess. You're at the airport and you see two guys arguing, and out of nowhere, one guy gets tired of arguing and just fucking bam punches the other dude right in the jaw, knocks him out. One punch, out cold, on the ground, fucking starched. You know what I'm saying? You might see that and be like, holy shit. Holy shit. You're just surprised. You're shocked. You're amazed by what you just saw. You know what I mean? That's probably the most common time we would use that expression, when we're surprised or shocked. We saw something that we weren't expecting. Like earlier in the episode, I gave the example of the drunk driver almost hitting your car. The example I gave was shit, that was close. But naturally, I would probably say, holy shit, that was close. Now, is there a major difference between the two in this context? No, not really. It's just, to me, holy shit sounds more natural. It's a bit stronger, and it really indicates that I'm surprised, or shocked, or amazed. Whereas just the word shit can mean that I'm angry or frustrated, you know? So that's holy shit. Another one that we often use is the shit. When somebody says something is the shit, it means that it is extremely good, exceptionally good. It's impressive. It's highly regarded. It conveys like a strong approval for whatever you're talking about, admiration, you know? Like that new Freddie Gibbs album is the shit. That new album is the shit. It means it's really, 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 really good. I love it. I'm Tony Kaizen and I approve this. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. Let me think. What else is the shit? French fries are the shit. This podcast is the shit. It's really good. I love it. Yo, did you see that DJ? Did you hear the DJ last night? That DJ was the shit. Means he did a really good job, was playing all the right songs, knew how to mix them together perfectly, had the energy bumping from start to finish. That DJ was the shit. That movie is the shit. I am the shit. That one's a little, it's a bit much. But you will hear people say that. I'm the shit, or he's the shit, she's the shit. They're great. They're amazing. I love them. You know what I'm saying? That thing or that person is extremely good. It's the shit. Why we say that, I don't know, because in any other context, shit is horrible, it's bad. But if it's the shit, then it's really good. And that's just English for you, my friends. Moving on, the next one, no shit. I actually like this one a lot. When somebody says no shit, it's an informal way of being sarcastic. And it's we use it when we're saying that something is obvious. It's like saying, yeah, obviously. So let me give you an example. If your friend tells you that they went to Pizza Hut yesterday, or whatever fucking pizza place, they went to a pizza restaurant, a pizzeria yesterday, and you ask him, what'd you get? What'd you get at Pizza Hut? And this motherfucker responds by saying, I got pizza. You could respond and say, yeah, no shit. You see what I'm saying? He went to Pizza Hut. What they sell is in the name of the fucking restaurant. And you say, oh, what did you get? What did you order? What did you buy? And this motherfucker says, pizza. Yeah, no shit. Obviously, I'm asking what kind of pizza you got. I'm asking for specifics. I can imagine you got pizza from fucking Pizza Hut. No shit. You see what I'm saying? Or your friend says, I'm going to Spain next month. And you say, oh, wow, you know, they speak Spanish in Spain. Yeah, no shit. Obviously, obviously they speak Spanish in Spain. No shit. Like, yeah, duh, you know? Or, hmm. Let me think. Or, yeah, let's say you're 16 years old driving your dad's car. And your dad paid a lot of money for this car. It's his favorite possession. He loves that car almost more than he loves you. And you just got your driver's license. In the US, you can get your driver's license at 16. So let's imagine you just got your license and your dad is feeling generous and he's in a good mood and he lets you drive his favorite car around the city. Have fun. Congratulations. Enjoy yourself. You, 5 minutes after getting into the car, crashed that car into a pole or a wall or another car or some shit. Then the cops show up and everything, and they ask you, is this your car? You say, no, it's my dad's car. And the officer says, oh, well, he's not going to be happy about this. You say, yeah, no shit. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Just do your fucking job. Give me the ticket, man. You know what I mean? So just trying to drive home the point that we use the expression no shit to communicate that whatever that person just said is fucking obvious. It's the same thing as saying, yeah, obviously, you know? And again, it's sarcastic, which means that it can be taken the wrong way. It is kind of rude to say that to somebody you don't know very well. That's something you would say to a friend or to somebody in a situation where you don't give a fuck how they feel. You know what I mean? But you wouldn't say that in a situation where you care about being polite or leaving a good impression, even if, like, how can I say that? Even if you're not talking directly to that person, like maybe you're telling a story about something obvious that somebody said, and then you just say, no shit. Just using, again, it's a bad word for some people. So just using it that way, just saying that word for a lot of people might rub them the wrong way. It might not leave a good impression. So just be careful with it. But again, it's just saying fucking duh, obviously, you know, no shit. So there you go. The next one, which is extremely common, is bullshit. 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 Bull like the animal. Bullshit. And bullshit is just something that is not true. It's false or deceptive or like nonsense, something dishonest, something that's overly exaggerated is bullshit, you know? For example, let's imagine your friend shows you a picture of the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life. 10 out of 10. Gorgeous. He then proceeds to tell you that he met this woman at a bar last night, took her back to his house, had sex with her, and then told her to leave. Now, your friend is a 4 out of 10. He's not an attractive man. You know, he's objectively not attractive, not the best personality. You've never seen him talking to girls before, but he tells you last night, when nobody else saw him, he got a 10 out of 10, took her back to the crib, had sex with her, and then kicked her out the house. After hearing that story, you might say, bullshit. Bullshit. Which means you are lying. That is false. Stop exaggerating. Even if something like that happened, you're exaggerating. Which in this case it doesn't really apply because I'm looking at the picture. I see her. You know what I mean? So you're lying. It's bullshit. Stop capping, as the kids would say. It's bullshit. There's no way you pulled that girl, bro. It's bullshit. Or let me think of another one. That same friend who, as we've already established, is a fucking liar. Another weekend, he says that he went out to a bar and he started flirting with some girl. Her boyfriend saw him flirting with this girl. The boyfriend comes over, starts, what would I say? Talking shit, which I'll teach you in a second. he starts saying negative things like, "Hey, you talking to my girl? Stay the fuck away from my girl." You know, like insecure dudes typically do. And so your friend says, "Man, get the fuck out of my face before I beat your ass." Which translating to plain English is like, "Leave me alone before I punch you in the face." And then they get into a fight, or at least your friend says they get into a fight. And then your friend says that he beats this guy so bad that he had to go to the hospital. You could hear that story and say, "Bullshit. Stop lying, bro. It's bullshit. That did not happen. It's bullshit. Stop delivering me falsities." Is that a word? Falsity? I think it is, right? Hang on. Falsity. It is the fact of being untrue, incorrect, or insincere. There you go. That's bullshit. Absolutely false. That's what bullshit is. Something that's absolutely false. Now, just as a side note, the word bullshit can be used as a verb, and it just means to say something that's false, to tell a lie, to try and sell a story that isn't true. You are bullshitting. Stop bullshitting, which means stop telling lies. And a person who bullshits is a bullshitter, right? He's a bull. Now, that's not something you're going to hear every day. He's a bullshitter, but it does make sense. I'm a professional bullshitter, which means I'm a professional liar. I know how to sell bullshit better than anyone else. Lies, false statements and shit. That's bullshit. All right, next on the list, deep shit. We got a lot to get through, y'all. I don't even know how we're doing on time, but I'm going to get through the whole list and leave timestamps so you can jump forward, jump backwards, and revisit this episode and use this as a reference. All right, like an encyclopedia or a dictionary or something. Okay, so let's move on to deep shit. Deep shit, in most cases, is serious trouble. If you're in deep shit, it means that you are in serious trouble. You're facing significant problems or significant consequences for your actions. You are in deep shit. For example, a 12-year-old boy sneaks out of the house at midnight. Now, he's 12 years old. He's not supposed to be in the street at midnight, at least not in most places. You know, I guess it depends on your culture. But let's say your parents tell you explicitly you are to be in this house by the time the sun goes down, and you stay in the house until the sun comes up. You're not allowed to just go out and run the streets at night. But you're 12 years old. You know? Cute girls in your class, you want to meet up with them and do what kids do. Hopefully not at 12, Jesus Christ. But maybe you want to meet up with a girl. You want to give her your first kiss or some shit. I don't know. And so you sneak out of the house at midnight. You leave the house quietly without your parents knowing. That's what it means to sneak out. And you go hang out with this girl in your fucking 6th grade class. And you don't come back home until, it's not the greatest example as I'm hearing myself say this, but you don't come back home until like 3 a.m. And during that time, while you're out of the house, your parents wake up and realize what you've done. They realize that you've snuck out of the house. Is it snuck or sneaked? I always say snuck. Hang on. I think both are acceptable. But I think the past tense is sneaked. Am I right? Is it sneaked or snuck? Which is correct? The original past tense of sneak was sneaked, following the pattern of other regular verbs. However, snuck began to be used as an alternative past tense form in the 1800s and is now very common. So either is acceptable, but I guess technically it's sneaked. If anybody ever tries to correct you, tell them to fuck off, dude. To correct, like, you don't correct people's speech in casual conversations. If somebody says snuck and you believe the correct version is sneaked, you don't just fuck. It's actually, snuck is not a word. Fuck those people. Anyway, once your parents find out that you snuck out the house at midnight, you get a text from your mom indicating that they have discovered what you've done. You might look at the girl and say, "Oh, I'm in deep shit. I am in deep shit," which means I am in fucking trouble. When I get back to the house, something bad's gonna happen. In some families, you might get your ass beat. with a belt or a shoe or a phone or whatever's closest to your parents at the time. They'll just start beating you with that shit. For other kids, they would get grounded, right? No phone, you can't leave the house, no TV, no iPad, you're grounded. How else do kids get punished? I don't know. I guess those are the two most common, right? It's either physical punishment or psychological punishment. I don't know. You get the point. Something bad's gonna happen when you get back to the house. You're in deep shit. Or maybe you're a multi-millionaire and you've got some fancy tax lawyers and they show you this sneaky way to avoid paying taxes and fuck over all of your fellow citizens. And the government finds out. The Internal Revenue Service discovers that you have not been paying taxes, which is illegal depending on how much money you have. And you get a letter in the mail saying, listen, we know you haven't been paying taxes. You either pay this amount or you're going to fucking prison. You are now in deep shit. All right. I don't give a fuck what the crime is. Being sent to prison is not something I imagine any of us want. Horrible things happen to people in prison, especially. Never mind. Never mind. You're in deep shit at that point. You're in deep shit, man. You are in serious trouble. That's what it means to be in deep shit. All right? What's next on the list? Tough shit. Tough shit. Now, when somebody says tough shit, what they're expressing is that they have no sympathy or concern for what you're going through. You're in some unfortunate situation, or you're complaining about something unpleasant, and the person you're talking to doesn't really sympathize. They don't care. In that situation, they might say, yeah, tough shit, you know? Like, for example, I don't know, man. Let's imagine you're a teenager and you don't do your homework like you're supposed to. Your parents find out that you didn't do your homework, and for that reason, they say that you cannot go to your friend's pool party on Saturday. Now, that's disappointing. That's frustrating. That's heartbreaking. And you are talking to your uncle because you guys are close, and you're explaining the situation to your uncle. You say, man, my parents won't let me go to my best friend's pool party because I didn't do my homework on Thursday. Can you believe that? And your uncle, because he's a good uncle, says, tough shit. Should have did your homework. Or should have done, excuse me. This is real English radio. You should have done your homework. It's the grammatically correct way to say it. Tough shit, man. You should have done your homework. Tough shit. And what he's saying is, well, that's too fucking bad. Boo-hoo. I don't sympathize, because if you would have done your homework, then you would have been able to go to the party, but you chose not to do your homework, so now you have to deal with the consequences. Tough shit. I don't feel sorry for you. You created this situation. It's your fault. All you had to do was complete your homework assignment, but you didn't, and now you can't go to the party. Tough shit, little man. Tough shit. Or I don't know, like, what could I say? Just imagine you got a boyfriend and you cheat on said boyfriend or girlfriend. I mean, whatever you're into. You have a partner and you cheat on said partner, and your partner finds out. And your partner, because they respect themselves, decide to break up with you. It's over. I fucking trusted you and you betrayed me. You piece of shit. It's over. And now you're heartbroken. You're sad. You're like, oh shit, I fucked up. And you're explaining the situation to a friend. You say, oh, I cheated on Danny. I cheated on Isabella. I cheated on Mark. I cheated on Ashley, and they broke up with me. They broke up with me. If you got a good friend, they'd be like, whoops, Tough shit. You shouldn't have cheated on your fucking girlfriend. You idiot. Shouldn't have cheated on your boyfriend. You piece of shit. Tough shit. Deal with it. And that's really what you're saying. When you say tough shit, you're like, whatever, bro, deal with it. No sympathy over here. You know? Deal with it. Deal with the consequences of your actions. Tough shit. Deal with, and maybe it's not even consequences, just deal with the circumstances. Because maybe it's not even your fault, but for whatever reason, this person has no sympathy for you and your situation. When they say, tough shit, they're saying, whatever, man, deal with it. I don't feel sorry for you. So there you go. That's tough shit. Next on the list is jack shit. Like I said, there's a lot to get through, y'all, and you would be surprised how many ways we can use the word shit. It's incredible. I couldn't believe when I was doing this episode. Could not believe it. But anyway, jack shit. Jack shit means absolutely nothing. And I'm not saying it has no meaning. I'm saying the translation is literally absolutely nothing. We typically say jack shit when someone has done nothing or they have nothing. It's a complete lack of things or achievement or meaning. So, for example, you always see in this TikTok business guru, whenever you get on the app, somebody just who pretends they have all the fucking secrets. He's fucking 17, standing in front of a Lamborghini, telling you that he knows the secrets to get rich, and he's giving you all these fucking business tips and shit. And you show your friend and you say, what do you think about this guy? And your friend says something like, man, he's always online giving people business advice, but he doesn't know jack shit about being an entrepreneur. He doesn't know jack shit. Now this is, I guess, I told you earlier in the episode, I don't have shit, I don't owe you shit, I don't know shit, I don't do shit. So this probably would be the appropriate place because it's like a shorter version of what I'm telling you now, which is jack shit. I have no idea where that comes from. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, like if he doesn't know jack shit, it means he doesn't know anything. Absolutely nothing. Or he hasn't done jack shit with his life. He has not done a single thing with his life. He's done absolutely nothing. He's done jack shit, right? Hey man, what'd you do all day? Jack shit. I didn't do a single thing. I've done jack shit today. Absolutely nothing. You understand? That's what that means. I don't owe you jack shit. I don't owe you a fucking thing. I don't owe you a single thing in this world. I don't owe you jack shit. Fuck out of my face before I call the police. All right, let's move on to hot shit next on the list. If longtime listeners of the show have heard me use this before, I don't remember which talking about nothing it was, but there was a pretty memorable moment. I don't know, even me, I think about this from time to time. I was talking about my frustration with old people and how they'll say something like, oh, you're 20 years old, you think you're hot shit? You don't know shit about life. You think you're hot shit? You don't know jack shit about life. Wait till you hit your 60s, buddy. Then you'll know what life is. I said something like that. Anyway, hot shit. If something is hot shit, it means it is exceptionally impressive. You admire it very much so. You have a high level of respect for it. Now, in my experience, it's typically used in a more sarcastic way. We wouldn't say, oh, that movie was hot shit. That song is hot shit. I mean, you definitely can. Makes sense to me. It's not weird. But I've only ever used this in a more, maybe not even sarcastic, but like, what's the word? Maybe jealous way? I don't even know what word I would use there. Let me just give you an example so it's more clear. Let's imagine a friend of yours has just bought a new sports car, brand new Ferrari, fucking Porsche. What else do people, a Ferrari. Just bought a brand new bright red Ferrari, or however you say it. And he won't stop talking about it. Every chance he gets, He has to mention his new Ferrari. Every chance he gets, he posts a picture of him and his Ferrari on Instagram so he can get women, right? He just can't help himself. And you get tired of it. You're like, okay, bro, you got a Ferrari. What, you think you hot shit or something? You think you hot shit now? Calm the fuck down. So when I say you think you're hot shit, I'm saying you, so you think you're like impressive, you think you're exceptional, you think you're important now, you think you're, you know what I mean? Special because you got a fucking Ferrari, you think you're hot shit? Well, you're not, motherfucker. I pull bitches in a Camry. Fuck you talking about? Hopefully that makes sense. I don't even have like a lot of examples for this because it's not something you're going to hear very often. But the example I just gave you, I think, is the most common way to use that expression, hot shit. Now you might, I guess, in some hip hop songs hear somebody say that they are hot shit or something like that. And it's the same idea. They're saying they're impressive, they're important, they're attractive, they're exceptional, something like that. Generally that's hot shit. So I'm gonna move on because you probably won't hear that too often. Another one you won't hear too often, but something that's incredibly hilarious to me is dipshit. D-I-P, dip, shit. Dipshit. Now a dipshit is an incredibly stupid person. Somebody who's acting very foolish, they're very incompetent, they're fucking annoying, they're dumb, they're stupid, they're fucking dipshit. You know, like that coworker who just keeps making the same stupid mistake, even though they've been given clear instructions on multiple occasions. They've had plenty of time to learn how to do this thing, and they just refuse to do it the right way. Say, I cannot believe he messed that up again. What a dipshit. How hard is it to follow basic instructions? We gave you a fucking video tutorial, showed you how to do it 7 times, created an audio file so you could listen to it while you're at the gym and memorize the instructions, and you're still fucking it up. You fucking dipshit. Now that'd be very mean to say to somebody, unless you know that they're just stupid. You know, they might have problems learning or whatever. I mean, in any context, it's a very mean thing to say, fucking dipshit. You would say that to friends that you love and care about and that know you're not trying to hurt their feelings. I don't recommend you say that casually to just anybody because it's very mean. You're calling them stupid, you know? Unless it's somebody that's actually fucking stupid, you know? Like, if you're one of those people that gets into the political debates and shit on Twitter, God help you if you're one of these people. But let's just say you are. You might find yourself in situations where you need to call someone a dipshit for saying something incredibly stupid. And it's kind of like there's much stronger, more impactful language that could be used in place of dipshit. That's something that like we used to say when I was in middle school, or that you'll hear in like a comedy movie. Like I said in the beginning, you're not going to hear this very often, if at all. There's other words that I will not teach you today that you could use to call somebody incredibly fucking stupid, but I'll save that for another episode. Maybe I'll do an episode about insults. I wonder if I should be teaching you how to insult people. I think I should, though, because that's something that it's part of the language, bro. I don't really believe in gatekeeping language. I don't believe in the idea that we shouldn't teach people these words because we think they're bad. We don't get to decide which words in a particular language get spoken or used. The fuck is that? That's tyrannical. You know, I don't really agree with that idea that we shouldn't teach children what bad words. First of all, even the idea of a bad word, I don't even know where that comes from. I just think it's fucking dumb to say that these words right here, we can't say these words. Then why do they exist? What the fuck are you talking about? Why do they exist? Words were created not to be said. And again, I don't know where that idea comes from. I'm just saying it's stupid. I think that fuck, shit, ass, damn, nigger, cunt, bitch, slut, crack, all those words, like you may not like them. Maybe you don't even want to, maybe you think they shouldn't be said. But to think that we shouldn't teach people the words and what they mean so that they understand them when they're being said, especially as a teacher, I think is doing your students a disservice, or your children, or whoever you're teaching. I think that you should give people all the information and let them decide what they do with it. That's true education. Um, in a general sense. In a general sense. But I'm saying I'm getting off track here, but it's just something that comes to mind from time to time. Because, like I said, I doubted myself for a second. Like, should I teach them insults? I remember I talked about an episode I was planning to do, which is words you should never say in the U.S. And naturally, just again, based on what I believe, I don't see a problem with it. And at the same time, I'm like, but do I want to teach them those words, knowing that a small percentage of them are going to use those words? And it's like, well, yes, of course. Of course I do. It's not my decision whether or not they use the words. That's up to them. But they should know what they are and what they mean and how they're used. Especially if somebody uses the words with them, they should know what they mean, you know? If somebody calls you a fucking cunt, you should know what that means. You know, or a nigga, or a fucking wetback, or an au fait, or a cracker, peckerwood, fucking chink, or whatever. These are all very racially charged words that I don't recommend you say, but you might hear at some point. You need to know what they mean. So sooner or later, I will teach them to you, my friend. Count on me. Anyway, that's dipshit. Don't want to get too far off track. That is dipshit. Incredibly stupid person. All right. Always used in reference to a person. This idea is not a dipshit. This thing is, it's always a person. A stupid person. It's a fucking dipshit. All right. Next on the list, dog shit. Dog shit is used to describe something that is just completely worthless, very poor quality, unpleasant, you know? The same way I could say that movie was shit or shitty, I could say that movie was some dog shit. And it's just a stronger way of saying this is shit. It's horrible, very poor quality, some fucking dog shit. Everyone's been hyping this movie up for months, but it turns out to be so poorly made and unenjoyable that you watch it and you say, man, that movie was some dog shit. What a waste of time. What a waste of money. That movie was total dog shit. That team is dog shit. This food is dog shit. It's a funny thing to say, if you ask me. This food is dog shit. That's hilarious. But yeah, it just means worthless, very poor quality, unpleasant. It's shit. It's just a stronger way of saying it's shit. It's dog shit, which somehow is worse than regular shit, you know. Do I have another example for you? Dog shit. I guess, well, you know, now that I think about it, there is something that's much more advanced and specific that I think is only said in the black community and maybe the Southern community in general. I don't know if Southerners of other ethnicities say this, but I would imagine they say it just because, I mean, just because of proximity, like you live amongst these people, so you hear them saying these things, and I keep getting off track. I'll save that for a history lesson, a linguistic lesson. Anyway, what I'm saying is not everybody says what I'm about to tell you. That is the point. There are times when you'll hear some people say, I beat the dog shit out of him or her or them. I beat the dog shit out of his ass. I beat the dog shit out of her. I beat the dog shit out of said person. Beat the dog shit out your ass. Again, I think that's Ebonics, man. I think that's a black thing. I could be wrong. Maybe in Southern English they say that regardless of your ethnicity, but I know most black people, even if they choose not to speak Ebonics, which is a dialect of English, even if they only speak standard English, anybody who's familiar with black culture would understand the expression to beat the dog shit out of somebody. It just means to beat them very, very, very badly. Why we say that, I don't know, but we're talking about dog shit, so there you go. Beat dog shit out of somebody. It's a crazy thing to say, but we say it. So moving on, chicken shit. As you can see, there's a lot of animals. Chicken shit, dog shit, bullshit. You know what I mean? Anyway, chicken shit. Chicken shit describes someone who is cowardly. He's a fucking coward. If you call someone chicken shit, it means that they're very timid and extremely cowardly. They lack bravery. They lack fortitude. You know, like your friend who's too nervous to approach a pretty woman, a cute girl at a party. You keep trying to encourage your friend, man, just go talk to her. Just go say something. She might be interested, man. Just say something. Like, no, I can't, I can't do this, but what if this and what if that? Man, stop being so chicken shit. Go talk to her, bro. I mean, stop being a coward. Stop being so timid and just go say something to her. Stop being so chicken shit. You know? Stop being a coward. That's what it means. Or I don't know, the little twerp who's always causing problems, fighting with people verbally, you know, insulting people, making condescending remarks and all that. And one day he makes a condescending remark or he insults the wrong person and that person wants to fight him. But he, being a coward, doesn't want to fight. Somebody in the room might say, man, forget about it. He's chicken shit. He's chicken shit. It means he's a coward. And there's many other words we could use, but I'll save them for other episodes. He's chicken shit. Now this again, you're not going to hear this every day, but I would venture to say any American, at least millennial or older, if you were born in 1995 or before, and you're from the US, you know chicken shit. Everybody knows what that means. I don't know if Gen Zers have even heard that, because again, you don't hear it every day, and Gen Z might have a different term for that. Again, there's many terms. I would probably not say chicken shit. I would say he's a bitch, which, depending on the context, means coward. So, you know, there's many ways to say the same thing, but just so you know, chicken shit always means cowardly or a coward. You know, stop being so chicken shit and just talk to her. Or he's chicken shit. He don't want to fight. He's a bitch. He's a coward. He's a punk. You know? So that's chicken shit. The next animal on the list, horse shit. Horse shit is similar to bullshit in the sense that it's something that is completely absurd. Maybe false or nonsensical. Doesn't make any sense. Right? Like, I don't know, some fucking influencer online is making these outrageous claims that their specific diet that they've created, or this specific diet drink or something that they've created, is the secret to eternal youth. Ladies, just buy my diet supplement and you will look like you're 24 for the rest of your life. I promise you eternal youth. No wrinkles, no sagging tits, no whatever, you know, hard body till the day you die. That's pretty hard to believe, right? In other words, it's horse shit. That diet, drink, that pill, that whatever is complete horse shit. There's no way this juice is going to keep you looking like you're 24 for the rest of your life. That product or whatever she's selling is some horse shit. You know? It's bullshit. It's nonsense. It's fake. It's lies. It's deceit. It's falsity. Right? It's horse shit. It's absurd. So horse shit, bullshit, kind of interchangeable, I guess. Bullshit typically means it's more universal. It can mean false, nonsensical, absurd. Horse shit is typically something that's just absurd in my experience. But again, they're really, just to keep things simple, they're interchangeable. Bullshit, horse shit. Yeah, I'll just keep it at that. Just because we could sit here and talk for like the next hour about specific cases when I would use one or the other, but generally speaking, you can use either one. Bullshit is the most common though. It's much more commonly said than horse shit. Just so you know. Next animal on the list is ape shit. Ape shit means crazy, wildly out of control, extremely excited or angry or something like that. And again, it could be anger or it could just be excitement. It depends on the situation. For example, let's imagine it's I don't know, Palmeiras and Corinthians, or fucking Boca Juniors and River Plate, or United and Liverpool, or I don't know, dude. I don't know, Barcelona and Real Madrid. And you support one of these teams, and you're at the home stadium of whatever team you support. You're at your home stadium. It's a rivalry game. Your worst enemies. It's tied at 2-2 in the 97th minute. 8 minutes of stoppage time. Your team has just about 60 seconds to score a goal and win the game. In the 57th second, the referee was about to blow his whistle, call full time, and end the game in just 3 seconds. And your number 9, your forward, your striker, brings the ball down on his chest, and on the volley, puts that shit in the back of the net, scores, goal. Everybody in that stadium who's supporting the home team is going to go ape shit. They're going to go crazy. They're going to lose their minds with excitement, screaming, yelling, jumping around, no control over themselves. Chaos, in a good way. Everybody going ape shit. And typically we say to go ape shit, which means to start acting crazy, out of control. Everybody's going ape shit. Or now in a negative, like a context of being angry, I would say, let me think. Let's imagine, I don't know why these examples, I just think of fighting all the time, but like, let's imagine in school, you're in high school, and there's this one kid who's very quiet, he's very big, he's overweight, kind of awkward, shy, doesn't really talk to many people, and therefore gets bullied by some little fucking twerp, always messing with him, throwing stuff at him, taunting him, provoking him, let's say. And one day, this kid gets tired of being provoked. This quiet, shy kid who seems like he would never hurt anybody goes ape shit. Meaning he goes crazy, but out of anger, and just beats the dog shit out of this kid who kept provoking him. Just went crazy. You went ape shit. Like an ape, when they get angry, just go fucking crazy. Can't control them. Cannot be stopped. Get the fuck out of the way. Find a safe place. That's what it means to go ape shit. Could be good, out of excitement. Could be bad, out of anger. To go ape shit. Last animal on the list, at least for now, unless I think of another one, is bat shit. B-A-T, bat shit. Bat the animal. And I say that because bat has more than one meaning, but we'll stay on topic. So bat shit means extremely crazy. Out of your fucking mind. And it's not the same thing as ape shit. Ape shit means to be wild and out of control, out of excitement or anger, but bat shit means like fucking loco, like crazy, cuckoo. You need to be in an institution. You need some medication or some shit. You're a danger to yourself and others. You are fucking crazy, you know? Like, imagine your close friend is dating this girl who is constantly losing her temper. She has an anger problem. She's always getting angry over the smallest stuff. He forgot to wash the dishes, or he didn't text her back in less than 6 minutes, or he fucking just dumb shit. And she gets angry, like mad. She's always going through his phone without his permission. She's always gaslighting him, trying to make him think that he's the problem. You know what I mean? She's narcissistic, maybe even bipolar. She threatens to kill herself every time he tries to leave the relationship. I mean, she's fucking crazy. You might say something like, man, my friend's girlfriend is completely batshit crazy. She is fucking batshit, dude. She's crazy. Always losing her temper over nothing, snooping through his phone, gaslighting him, threatening him. Man, this chick is fucking batshit, dude. She's batshit. And typically we say batshit crazy. I mean, you could say she's batshit and everybody would understand, but typically I think I would say batshit crazy. And we're just strongly emphasizing the fact that she is out of her mind. She's fucking Looney Tunes. She's she's crazy, really crazy, fucking batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just an extremely crazy person, batshit crazy. So that's what we have for the many advanced ways that we can use the word shit in conjunction with another word to create a new term or phrase and give it a completely different meaning. There's a whole bunch. And I'm going to leave timestamps if you want to go back to specific words, review what I explained and all that, because I know this episode is probably getting pretty long. But we still have plenty to get through, my friends. So for you power listeners out there, for you real English learners out there, for all of y'all that are dedicated to the motherfucking cause, I got some more for you. All right. Now here's some more common expressions using the word shit that you will hear from time to time, if not all the time, especially listening to this podcast. The first one, don't give me that shit. Now, this could be literal or figurative. If somebody says, don't give me that shit, literally, they're saying, don't give me that thing or that stuff, those things. But in a more figurative sense, when somebody says, don't give me that shit, what they're saying is, don't lie to me. Don't try to deceive me. Don't try to make me think something that's not true. Like, for example, let's imagine you lent your friend $100 2 months ago. Your friend promised to pay you back. He promised to return the money in 7 days, 1 week. It's been 2 months. And every time you ask about the money, your friend starts making excuses. Oh, it's because of this, and no, it's because of that. I promise to pay you back, man. And all this fucking bullshit, right? And it's been 2 months now, so you've had enough. You're tired of waiting for your fucking money. So you go to your friend's house. Say, what's up, bro? Where's my money? And he starts that same old shit, trying to give you excuses. Say, hey, don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. Oh, your bank isn't open, or your credit card's not working, or whatever. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. It means don't lie to me. Don't tell me some bullshit. Don't give me that shit. Give me the truth. Or in this case, give me my fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me that shit. Another one is cut the shit. Cut the shit. Which basically means, well, it's similar, right? Stop lying. Either stop lying or stop messing around. Stop playing. Stop playing with me psychologically. Cut the shit. Damn, it's a hard one to think of a good example for cut the shit. Man, cut the shit. I don't know. There's something simple. Let's imagine that you got some kids. Maybe not kids. Whoever. You're living with somebody. And it's only you and this other person that live in the house. You come home and your computer's broken. Now, you don't want to make any assumptions, but it's only you and this person in the house. Nobody else has access to the house. And you ask the person, like, hey, you know what happened to my computer? Like, it's broken. What'd you do? And they start making these excuses. Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe somebody came in and, or maybe something fell. Cut the shit, bro. What'd you do to my computer? You know? Maybe it's not physically broken, but like there's some type of virus on it. That's probably a better example. You get home and there's a virus on your computer, and you know that you don't visit any sites that could possibly put a virus on your computer, but you let your little brother use your computer. And then you come back home the next day, you open your computer and it's frozen and it's opening fucking porn sites and shit. There's a virus on it. You ask your little brother, what were you looking at on my computer? Nothing, I swear, I was just on YouTube. Hey, cut the shit, bro. Cut the shit. What websites were you on? There's a virus on my computer and it didn't come from YouTube. Cut the shit. That's a much better example. You're saying, stop lying to me, stop messing around, give it to me straight. Cut the shit, stop lying, cut the bullshit, the nonsense, and tell me the truth. Cut the shit, all right? I hope that makes sense. The next one, which I've been waiting to explain, I wanted to use it so many times during this episode. Talking shit. To be talking shit, which you've probably heard me say so many times, to be talking shit essentially means to be speaking disrespectfully about or to someone, or even just to be gossiping about somebody. Just talking shit, you know? Like that one coworker at your job that's envious of you, you know, they're fucking jealous because you're always giving 110%. Your boss is always praising you for your work. You're always the one getting promotions. And the piece of shit coworker that never does anything at work or in their fucking lives decides that they want to destroy your reputation because they just can't stand to see you getting praise and accolades and more money and admiration from everybody else in the office. So they start talking shit. Whenever you're not in the room, they start making up lies about you, spreading rumors. Oh, I heard this about him. I heard he did that. I heard his girlfriend. I heard blah, 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 blah. All this negative shit. So people think less highly of you. Or maybe some extreme rumor to get you fired. They're just talking shit. Another example. You and your friends are at the park, just playing football, having a good time. Saturday afternoon, just want to enjoy yourselves. And some fucking Karen comes up to y'all and she's mad that you're at the park having a good time. She just hates to see people enjoying themselves. She's miserable. Everybody else has to be miserable. She approaches you and your friends just talking about how you guys are wrong for doing what you're doing. You're assholes for having fun and laughing in the park. And you need to leave and all this. She's just talking shit. She's being disrespectful. Just being rude and disrespectful. Verbally. So she's just talking shit. You know? Or maybe you're a YouTuber. Just putting out videos that you think will entertain people or help people, or you just want to express yourself. And there's some little fucking worm in the comments saying that you got a big nose, or you need to cut your hair, or your room is too dirty, or you got, I don't know, fucking ugly teeth, or you talk too slow, or you sound uneducated. Just talking shit in the comment section. Just being rude and disrespectful, just talking shit. Everything that comes out of their mouth is equivalent to feces. It's shit. That's why we call it talking shit. Very, very common thing to say, at least in American English, although I have to imagine it's said in other countries and I'm sure they understand it, you know. So yeah, that's a really common one. Another common one is to be full of shit. If someone's full of shit, it just means that they are lying. They're insincere. You know, like, let me think. Maybe some guy is always bragging about making some huge business deal. You know, a multi-million-dollar contract with the president, and his wife sucked my dick or something. Forget that last part. A multi-million-dollar contract with the president or fucking the CEO of Apple or some shit. But it sounds like he's exaggerating. You don't really believe he's telling the truth. You think that he lies about most of the stuff that he tells you. You can say that guy is full of shit. Meaning that guy is a pathological liar. He's always exaggerating things, talking about shit that never happened. He's a liar. He's full of shit, full of lies, full of deceit. He's full of shit. Most politicians, full of shit. Right? Who else is full of shit? We're all full of shit. Me, you, everybody's full of fucking shit, you know? Yeah, that's what it means, you're a liar. You're full of lies. You're full of shit. And again, it's to be full of shit. So you are, I am, he is, they are full of shit. What's another one? Shit happens. Shit happens. Now, this one is similar to tough shit, but it's not exactly the same. When somebody says, well, shit happens, it's a very pragmatic way of acknowledging the fact that unfortunate events or circumstances are part of life. You cannot escape that. Shit happens, you know? A good example, maybe you need to go to an important business meeting. So you get in your car, you're driving down the street, and your car breaks down. Now you're fucked. You're not going to make it to the meeting on time. So you call your boss and say, hey, I'm sorry, but I can't make it to the meeting. And your boss says, why? What's wrong? And you say, my car broke down. You say, I'm really sorry, man. I know I was supposed to be at this meeting. I know how important it is. And your boss says, don't worry, man. Shit happens. Don't worry, man. Shit happens. Which means, it's just life. Bad things happen sometimes. It's not your fault necessarily. It's not necessarily your fault. We don't know. We're not trying to place blame. It's just an unfortunate thing that happened. And unfortunate things are part of life. Shit happens. It is what it is, right? Trying to think of another example. Well, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. Shit happens. Anything bad where you're just being pragmatic about it and you're like, well, that's life. You leave your phone on an airplane or some shit. Nah, shit happens. You lose your job. Shit happens. Or, I don't know. A bird fucking steals your sandwich while you're chilling on the beach. You know what I mean? Shit happens. No reason to get mad. That's just life. I hope that makes sense. Another one, quite common. Get your shit together. It's a pretty common expression. And what we mean is control yourself. Get organized. Start acting more responsibly and more mature. Now, there's a couple of contexts that come to mind. The first one is when somebody is overreacting, they're freaking out, they're losing control of themselves. Like, let me think. Get your shit together. You might have seen in like a classic movie if there's a gunfight or a war scene or something like that. And there's that one guy who's not really prepared for that type of stuff. So he starts freaking out and panicking. Oh my God, what do I do? Where should I go? And then somebody slaps him in the face and says, get your shit together, man. Or they might say, pull yourself together. That's another way of saying it in this context. Get your shit together, pull yourself together. It means like calm yourself, gather yourself, and start acting like a fucking adult, But in other contexts, when somebody says get your shit together, this is probably more common. It just means organize your life and yourself. You got 3 kids, you're not buying them clothes, they barely eat any food, your house is always dirty, you're going out on Friday nights instead of taking care of them, you're on the verge of losing your job because you're always showing up late. I don't know, you're got hella debt that you need to pay off, but you're not paying it. Your friend might say, yo, man, you need to get your shit together. Get your shit together. Take care of your kids, pay your fucking bills, go to work on time, take a shower. Stop going out to bars and clubs when you're fucking broke. Grow the fuck up. Get your life in order and start acting more responsibly. Get your shit together. Next on the list, shit out of luck. To be shit out of luck means to be in a hopeless or unfortunate situation. It just means, there's nothing that can be done. You know what I mean? You are out of luck. For example, let's imagine you arrive at the airport late. Your flight was at 7 p.m., you get there at 7:10. They've already closed the airplane door, and once they close it, they can't open it. And it's leaving as you arrive at the gate. The airplane's literally taking off. And you ask the person working at the desk, well, what am I supposed to do? That was my flight. I was supposed to get on that flight. Are there any other flights I can take today? And say, sorry, that was the last one today. You'll have to either come back tomorrow, buy a flight for a different day or something. And that's probably the polite way of dealing with that situation. And this is not a great example scenario, but they could say, I'm sorry, sir, but you're shit out of luck. You're shit out of luck. And that's how a lot of us would say it. Shit out of luck. Shit out of luck. I'm sorry, man, you're shit out of luck, which means there's nothing I can do for you. Your luck has run out. No chance. There's just, it's unfortunate. Bad luck, you know. Should have came here on time. Should have arrived an hour early like they recommend. You are shit out of luck. There's nothing that can be done. Just an unfortunate situation, you know. Or I don't know, maybe you go to buy groceries for the month and you tell your kids, I'm buying 1 pack of sodas. I don't know how they do it in your country, but in a lot of grocery stores, you can buy a pack of 12 soda cans. And so you tell your kids, I'm only buying 1 pack because this shit is poison. So you shouldn't be drinking too much of it. And you have this 1 pack to last you the whole month. Once you drink all 12, I'm not buying any more until next month. Your kids, being kids, drink all 12 sodas in the first 4 days. No self-control. No concept of the future, investing, saving. So they drink them all. They come to you on day number 5 and say, Dad, we're out of soda. I want some soda. You say, well, I told you. These had to last you the month, so I guess you're fresh out of fucking luck. Which is another way of saying it. Or you're shit out of luck. You'll hear both. You're fresh out of luck. You're shit out of luck. It's the same thing. Like, well, you're fresh out of luck, bro. It's unfortunate. This situation is hopeless for you because there's nothing that can be done. I'm not buying more soda until next month, so you are shit out of luck. Fresh out of fucking luck. Sorry. You know? Next on the list, to give a shit. To give a shit means to care about something or someone, and not to give a shit, it obviously is the opposite. So you can say I give a shit or I don't give a shit. An example, maybe your friend is really into like celebrity scandals, following all these celebrities on Instagram and Twitter and shit, and your friend comes to you telling you about the latest scandal with Kim Kardashian or Taylor Swift or fucking pick a celebrity. And you say, man, honestly, I don't give a shit about some celebrities, bro. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I just don't care. I don't give a shit. It's a stronger, much less polite way of saying you don't care. I don't give a shit. You know? I don't give a shit. Or we need teachers that actually give a shit about children. We need good teachers that actually give a shit about their job. They give a shit about educating children, you know? We need teachers that actually care, that give a shit. That one's pretty straightforward, right? The next one on the list is shit hit the fan. When shit hits the fan, it means that something has gone horribly wrong. You won't hear this every day, but you'll often hear this in regards to, you'll often hear it in relation to like catastrophe or society collapsing or something like that. You know, when people talk about the end of the world, when the power grid gets shut down or we run out of food or something like that, that is when shit will hit the fan. Everything will devolve into complete chaos. Everything will go to shit. You know, and it's like you can literally think about a piece of shit, actual shit, running into a fan. And when it makes contact with the fan, the shit is going to be scattered everywhere. There's going to be shit all over the room. Just brrr, and there's shit everywhere now. That is a very unpleasant situation. Shit is all over the place, meaning bad things, negative consequences or circumstances everywhere. Imagine us running out of food and clean water and electricity, or the supply gets cut off for whatever reason. Shit is going to hit the fan. It is going to be chaos everywhere. And so somebody might say, man, when shit hits the fan, I'm moving to Thailand where it's peaceful. There's no conflict. When shit hits the fan, I'm taking my family to our underground bunker where we have 10 years worth of food and entertainment. Isn't it crazy that in a crisis like that, the president and his family get taken to a bunker where there's literally years worth of entertainment and food while the country just fucking starves to death and everybody's killing each other? Why the fuck would the president get protected in that situation? You know what I mean? Aren't you supposed to fucking sacrifice yourself as the leader? No? Am I tripping? Because the idea is like, well, we want the president to be around to manage the situation. But it's like, okay, but you know, tax money paid for that fucking luxurious 5-star hotel that you're staying in underground. Shit has a fucking bowling alley down there. Why does the president and his family need a bowling alley and lifelong entertainment? Anyway, so many things that don't make sense about this world, man. Anyway, when shit hits the fan, you better believe the president will be protected and you will be left to defend yourself. Y'all won't be talking shit about Americans with guns then, will ya? Next on the list is for shit. FOR, for shit. Now, this one is an expression that's always attached to an activity. For example, actually, let me tell you what it means. It means that something is very ineffective or they're not good at what they're doing. For example, if somebody asked me, hey, can you sing? Do you have a beautiful voice? Can you sing well? I would say, no, I can't sing for shit. I can't sing for shit, which means I am a terrible singer. I have no talent or ability in that regard. I cannot sing very well. I can't sing for shit. I can't play guitar for shit. He can't manage money for shit. He can't keep a job for shit. She can't keep a man for shit. Means they have no ability in doing that thing. They suck. They're terrible at that activity or whatever that is. He cannot sing for shit. He's a terrible singer. He cannot play football for shit. He's a terrible football player. You see what I'm saying? He cannot manage money for shit. He's terrible at managing money. That's what that means. It's quite common. It's quite common. You're not going to hear it every day. And it's advanced. But if you can practice, hopefully you're going to practice a little bit of all of this stuff, you will begin to sound extremely natural when you're speaking to people. So next on the list is scared shitless. To be scared shitless just means extremely frightened. You know how, this is crazy, it's hard to believe, but sometimes there are people who will get so scared, they literally shit their pants. They literally defecate in their underwear and pants. Is that not insane to you? Like, you just get so frightened that you pee and shit on yourself. That's fucking crazy. So you can imagine that, like, being so scared that you literally empty all of the shit out of your body. That's what it means to be scared shitless. To be shitless, literally, I guess you could say, is void of shit. You know, your bowels you're empty. Your intestines are empty. Shitless, meaning without shit. because you got so scared. You get what the fuck I'm saying, man. You get it. So he looks scared shitless, or I was scared shitless. You know, um, I was scared shitless when I heard that noise because it was 3 in the morning and I was home alone. I was scared shitless. I was terrified, extremely frightened. I didn't know what to do. Scared shitless. Next on the list is shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off the pot. Now, this expression refers to, well, it's figurative, but it refers to the literal meaning of shit. Because again, to shit in a literal sense means to defecate, to go number two. And the pot is referring to the toilet. So when somebody says shit or get off the pot, you can imagine literally somebody sitting on the toilet but never taking a shit. They're just sitting there. But other people need to use the bathroom, so it's like, dude, either take a shit or get off the fucking toilet. Shit or get off the pot, bro. But when we use this expression, we're using it figuratively, and basically what we're saying is make a decision, take action, or stop wasting time. Either shit or get off the fucking pot. You know what I mean? Like imagine you have a roommate or a brother, a friend, somebody who's always talking about starting a business, but they never actually do anything about it. They're just always telling you about their plans. I plan to do this. I plan to do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Eventually you get tired of hearing that. You're just like, man, you've been talking about this for months. Either shit or get off the pot, bro. Jesus. So you're saying you've been talking about this for months. Either do something about it or stop talking about it. Shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean? Let me think of another good example. Maybe, I mean, you probably wouldn't hear somebody use it in this context, but just so you really get the meaning, I'll give you another example, an unlikely example, because it's hard to think of another one right now. Imagine you're at the gym and this guy is just standing on the treadmill. There's 10 treadmills and they're all taken. Everybody's running except this one guy. He's just standing there looking at his phone. And he's been standing there for 6 or 7 minutes. Has not even started the machine. You're sitting there patiently waiting to get on the treadmill so you can run. Now, this would be an aggressive thing to say, but you could say, yo, man, you going to use the treadmill? And he looks at you like, yeah, I'm going to use it. And you're like, well, shit, or get off the pot, bro. Other people want to use it. And what you're saying is either use the shit or get off the treadmill so somebody else can. Stop wasting our time. Take action or stop talking about it or leave or something of that nature. Stop wasting my time, your time, our time. Take action or fucking be quiet and or leave. Shit or get off the pot. The next one I'm going to teach you is shit show. Shit show. If something is a shit show, it is a chaotic and disastrous situation. You know? Like maybe, let me think, like the opening ceremony for the Olympics 2024. That was a fucking shit show. It was just chaos and blasphemy and I don't know, slightly satanic. It was just horrible. It was like you look at it and you're like, what the fuck is this? Everything is going wrong in this world. It was a shit show, a complete shit show. You know, or maybe you and your best friend have been planning this wedding for a year or something like that. And the day finally comes and everything just goes wrong. The speaker system breaks. The pastor trips and falls on his way up to the stage. Your husband drops the ring in the fucking toilet and flushes it by accident. The ring of, I don't know, the bridesmaids can't fit into their dresses. Some of your cousins get into a fight during the ceremony. It is a shit show. Your wedding has become a shit show. It's horrible. It's chaos. It's a disaster. Everything is going wrong. It is not something that is pleasant to watch. It's a shit show. A show, a demonstration of shit. It's a shit show, man. And finally, my friends, last one on the list. Actually, no, last two. Second to last is shit faced. To be shit faced means to be extremely drunk. I mean, just plastered, trashed, shit faced, you know? After a long night of drinking, you and your friends can barely walk straight. You're stumbling over each other, throwing up every 20 minutes, slurring your words, can't finish your sentences. You know what I mean? You don't know where your phone is, lost your keys, you're missing a shoe for some reason. You are shit faced, extremely drunk. He and his friends get shit faced every weekend, or they've been working all week. It's time to get shit faced. I'm stressed, I'm tired, I've been overworking and underpaid. I'm about to get shit faced. I'm about to get extremely drunk. Your friend calls you, you can barely talk. He's like, hey, what's going on? You been drinking? He's like, you're just like, yeah, man, I'm fucking shit faced, bro. Fucking shit faced. You wouldn't say it like that, but you get my point. Yeah, I'm shit faced. He's shit faced. He's about to get shit faced. He's always shit faced. He's just extremely drunk. And finally, the last one on the list is to take shit from someone. To take shit from somebody means to tolerate their disrespect. Keep tolerating the disrespect. That's what it means to take shit from someone, or to take someone's shit. Because, I mean, imagine letting somebody actually defecate on you. How little you would have to respect yourself to let another human being defecate on you, literally. So when we say to take shit from somebody or to take someone's shit figuratively, you can keep that image in your mind. Their insults, disrespect, all of that, as I said. Bad behavior, unfair criticism, all of that. And you just never defend yourself. You never fight back. You never stand up for yourself. You just tolerate all of it. You know? And maybe one day you just get tired of it. You say, I'm tired of taking your shit. I'm tired of taking shit from my boss. I'm tired of taking shit from my coworkers. I'm tired of taking my mom's shit. I deserve to be treated with respect. I'm tired of taking shit from people. So that's what it means to take or tolerate disrespect, to take shit from people. You might say, like, why are you giving, to give somebody shit? I guess that wasn't the last one. To give somebody shit is kind of like the opposite of that. You're on the giving end instead of the receiving end. To give somebody shit, it doesn't necessarily mean to disrespect them, but it might just mean to be criticizing them very harshly, similar to shitting on somebody. But when you shit on somebody, it's like you're definitely disrespecting them. You're trying to degrade them. To give somebody shit just means to be criticizing them harshly for something that they said or did. You know? Like if you're, let me think. You go to a party with your friend and your friend gets drunk and breaks the TV. And the owner of the house comes over and starts yelling at you when your friend broke the TV. You're like, why are you giving me shit? I didn't break the TV. It wasn't me. The fuck are you yelling at me for? Why are you giving me shit? He did it, not me. Why are you yelling at me, giving me shit? You see what I'm saying? So that's another one. Taking shit from somebody, giving somebody shit. It's really hilarious how we use it, what it actually means, and all these ways that we use it, man. I don't even know how we're doing on time. Jesus, 2 hours. Name another podcaster that's done a 2-hour episode about the word shit. Come on, man. This is the definitive guide for the English word shit. There's probably more that I didn't even think of. I spent quite some time thinking about all the different ways we can use this word, examples and shit. So, oh, that's another one. That's another one. And shit at the end of a sentence. Instead of saying etc. when you're listing things, you can just say and shit. I'm at the house with my friends drinking and shit. smoking and shit, talking and shit. It just means talking and stuff, you know? Yeah, we were drinking, smoking, talking and shit. Doesn't even really mean anything. It just means and etc. Like maybe some other stuff was going on. Or just we were doing these things in general, right? I love a pizza with pepperoni and mozzarella and bacon and shit. Doesn't even really mean anything. It's just like maybe there's other stuff that I'm not mentioning. Maybe the list is longer, or I'm just saying this is what I like generally. You call your friend, it's like, yo, bro, what you doing? I'm just talking with my friends and shit, hanging out with my friends and shit. You know, like just hanging out and maybe doing something else, like just nothing in particular. Doesn't even really mean anything. Now that I think about it, let me just, since we're already here, see if I can find like a definitive definition for that. What does it mean when? Actually, what does shit mean when I say? Damn it! What does and shit mean when I say I'm with my friends drinking and shit? How would ChatGPT explain that? The phrase and shit is informal slang used to indicate that there are other related activities or things going on that aren't explicitly mentioned. It's often used in casual conversation to give a vague or general sense of what else might be happening without specifying details. In the example, I'm with my friends drinking and shit, the phrase suggests that you're drinking with your friends and doing other unspecified things, like hanging out, talking, or having fun. It's a very relaxed, non-specific way of speaking. Keep in mind that this is kind of slang. Oh no. Keep in mind that this kind of slang is very informal and might not be appropriate in formal settings. Oh, glad we cracked that fucking case. Mystery solved. So there you go. That's another one. And shit. So, yeah, man, I was not expecting the episode to be this long. If you made it to the end, congrats to you. You are now certified in the usage of the English word shit, at least in the American dialect. All right, my friend? So again, you got the timestamps. Feel free to go back. In fact, I suggest you go back, jump forward and backward to different parts to review specific words or phrases or expressions. And there was something else I was going to say. Let me read my notes. Many ways to use the word shit. Yes, what I was going to say is just remember that even though some Americans use this word very casually, it's not an indication that you should do the same. I recommend that you practice with some close friends for a while until you really get a feeling for what this word means and how and when it is used, just to be safe. Because I know that when we learn foreign languages, we're very excited to learn the bad words and the insults and shit like that. For whatever reason, it's fun to learn and use those words and expressions. But you got to be careful, man, because you just don't necessarily understand the culture like you think you do in the beginning. And you might hear other people casually using these words and phrases and think, oh, well, it's okay. They're saying it, so I can say it. But that's not always the case. And you can say whatever you want. Trust me, I'm the first person to defend your right to say whatever the fuck you want, whenever you want. But as your friend, I'm looking out for you. I got your best interest at heart, and I'm just letting you know, maybe think twice before using some of these with people you don't know very well, because you don't want to leave a bad impression unnecessarily or needlessly. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, just a reminder to watch what you say, bro. That's all that is. Just a reminder. But if y'all got any questions or commentary or whatever, feedback or whatever, feel free to leave them in the comments on YouTube, Spotify. Shoot me a DM on social, email, whatever, and I'll get back to you whenever possible. But that is it for this mega episode of Real English Radio. My friends, I'm your host, Tony Kaizen, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.